Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Tom from UDS, and welcome to another edition of UDS Interviews, our series where we chat to interesting people from around the world. Now, when punk group Fuzz on the Felts found that life as a band just kind of halted in lockdown, you'd be forgiven for thinking they might take a break, take it easy, but nothing could be further from the truth. Instead, bandmates Simon and Steve decided to take on one of the most ambitious writing projects I think I've ever heard of. It's a biggie, we'll get to it. But here to talk all about it, it is my pleasure to introduce Simon and Steve as part of their new act, and arguably the most handsomest band performing today, Das Kapitans.
Expectations, give a bit, and you'll be grateful. Take a leaf out of the book and pin it back onto a tree. The one where families are attached, one's where sun and light can fit. Hey!
We're much better sat behind the screen with a guitar.
I mean, that's exactly what I was hoping for. But I guess I should do I should do the proper greetings and introductions and everything. Not that we didn't do them off camera, but how are you guys doing in these strange times that we live in?
Yeah, doing good.
Nice.
Doing good.
Very good, very strange, very weird. Can't believe it's nearly a year since the weirdness started. So where's that gone?
I know. I feel like it's been the longest and shortest year of my life, and I could do without another one, but you do what you can. And it sounds like that you've been definitely keeping busy. So for the unfortunate few that may not have heard of you and sort of your journey from Fuzz on the Felts to Das Kapitans, would you mind just quickly introducing your journey to the band?
Yeah, so we're both in the band Fuzz on the Felts, as you mentioned, with Lloyd and Lewis. Shout outs to Lloyd and Lewis.
Lloyd and Lewis.
And then so we got not much happened last year. We tried a couple of times to get together with Fuzz and the Felts to write some more songs. Just wasn't really happening. I think we managed about twice in the end. And then it was only just at the start of January, wasn't it, that we decided we're getting a bit too itchy and a bit bored. Tons and tons of song ideas. So we thought, let's just put some out. Steve was using the Das Kapitans name anyway for his solo stuff. So I liked the logo. So I was like, I want to be part of that.
I had about 10 followers, so he wanted to get on board with that, you see.
Got to get the clout.
Yeah. So no, that's when we thought, let's just stick some songs out. And then I don't know which one of us said, let's do 12 albums this year, one a month. It was a great idea. We put 2 out so far. I'm knackered already. Absolutely knackered.
I'm not surprised, and as I say, we'll get to the 12 albums in just a sec. But I think you know what segment's coming next, and that is I like to get to know the people I'm interviewing, my new friends, a little bit better by asking the hard-hitting questions, and that is the one to get right to the person that's inside you, and that is if you were a type of sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you say best represents you as a person?
Steve, I'll go first.
I'd be a bristly old roast pork sandwich or something like that, I reckon. Just kind of, it's gone off a little bit over the hill, just starting to sweat a bit because it's just, it's not nice. And there's no applesauce on it to kind of make it real nice. So that's me.
So that's best before, not used by, which is the important thing. As long as you're best before, then that's the main thing.
Yeah, well, somebody's written this date on there, so it's just a date. I don't know whether it's best before or whether it's used by. It's just on there.
Just on there. What about you, Simon?
I knew you'd say that, Steve. We haven't spoken about this, but I knew that we would be coming from the same place with this, because we are practically physically made up of 50% bread, 50% meat anyway. So there's a very good chance he was going to choose a meaty sandwich as well, as have I. I don't mind what meat goes in it. It could be whatever flesh it is, goes between 2 bits of bread, and it's going to be eaten. So
cooked.
Yeah, we are cooked. It's not necessary.
Yeah. Seasoned?
No time for that.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah. So we've just alienated the vegan followers.
All 2 of them. No. Well, what will we do with that? Yeah. That's all right.
Mine was pork substitute.
Pork sub. There you go. There you go. A corn tofu substitute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, the thing is that I find the meat substitutes can be all right. The cheese substitutes can get in the bin fast. They just cannot get cheese right with the vegan stuff.
I've never even tried one.
I wouldn't recommend it. I feel like the two things that there's three things that I think mankind still needs to accomplish. One is like intergalactic space travel, like that's a given. Two is the noiseless vacuum cleaner. I feel like that's the next billionaire idea. And three is decent vegan cheese. If we can do that, then I think we're on to a brighter tomorrow.
Yeah.
What don't you think? All the amazing things we can do in the world now. We can go to space, but like you say, there's not a vacuum without noise. Isn't it ridiculous?
I know.
It's absurd.
I've thought this for a long time that I would put good money in GameStop level money into a vacuum cleaner that's silent.
I'll donate £1 to that project.
Very good.
Very
good.
We'll perhaps dedicate album 9 to that cause.
The noiseless vacuum cleaner by Das Kapitans. I like it.
It'll be a noiseless album. It's going to be
There you go. That's 1 month done. That's there wasn't that composer who did like the 42 minutes and 11 seconds or something like that. There was just absolute silence.
Cage.
That's it. There you go. Just do that.
That's
there
amazing.
You go. An album done. Do that for April Fools. Anyway, let's talk about music because I love talking about sandwiches. I love talking about noiseless vacuum cleaners, but we are here to talk about music. So you say you're not quite sure where the conversation started about the 12 albums in 12 months. But how are you finding it sort of 2 months in? I know you mentioned, Simon, that you're already feeling a little bit knackered, but do you feel like there's still enough content and enough creative ideas to keep this bouncing along?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We're kind of in a way, choosing a sort of style for each different album. So kind of challenging ourselves to do some writing to different kind of styles, really, kind of all within just kind of little offshoots of the sound that we've got already. But it's just a little challenge it's good. It's good fun. We got loads of ideas.
We write songs luckily in such a quick way. We don't overthink anything. It's spontaneous. We're like, we've got an hour. We're going to write a song and record it and stick it on the album. It is literally kind of that quick. If we start spending too long on it, it never happens. So it's both of our writing styles, and we both go for quantity over quality. So that helps.
I mean, the quality's been there for the first two. So you make every song sort of as sort of an individual project. So you'll write the song, record the song, master the song, rather than sort of write a lot in a batch and then sort of sit down and record them as a batch.
We do a song as it comes, essentially. It just I'll write a song, I'll record a load of music to it, lay down a really bad vocal track, send it over to Simon, who'll then get rid of my vocal track and put his own one on it, and put some other bits on it. Then he'll send it back to me, and I'll mix it all and kind of make it sound a bit better. And that's kind of how it works. Or you write a song, Simon writes a song, and this. I kind of do a bit of noise on the guitar over the top of it, maybe, and then kind of mix it all. It's quite a simple system, really. Quite nice.
We've both got our own kind of strengths. Your strengths are in mixing, and because we're obviously doing it on Logic, so we're just using the drummers and programming drums in. We're not using a real drummer, so that's where Steve's strength is. We both have different strengths, and it just comes together, really. We've known each other now for probably how many years? Probably 20 years now.
Too many. Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So we kind of know how each other works and stuff, and we don't get offended. Like, I can laugh about some of his vocals, and he won't mind.
I laugh at my vocals.
They're going to be better. They're going to be better than mine. I've listened back to some of my old, because you've been writing an album a month and you're going to continue to do it for 12 months. I've been writing one album for 12 years, and I'm only on about track 3, and the vocals.
It's a hell of an album, I bet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ABD in that in those ones, because bar chords are the only thing I know how to do. But anyway,
you could join Das Kapitans with those chords.
144 songs out of those bad boys.
144 songs, Jesus. but you say that, but listening to the first two albums that you've released, there is actually quite a bit of variety. You've got like the balls to the wall stuff like Woof Woof, and you got kind of more like of a folky tinge with stuff like French Song. Is there any other genres, sort of maybe even beyond sort of guitar and drums, that you might want to tackle as part of this project? Because I mean, as you say, you've got well over 100 songs to play around with. Is there anywhere that you haven't really gone before that you want to try and experiment with?
We've tried all sorts of different things, and there's nothing that we wouldn't not do. To be honest, we probably will do an electronic album, one of them. We're even talking about possibly doing a purely a cappella one, which would be funny because I can't sing. But that was mentioned. Whether it was kind of serious or not, I don't know. But it's if we could get that to work, that would be good fun. We'll try.
Yeah, I mean, I sent a text today to Steve going, "What about a 20-track album with like 1 minute songs on it, like 21-minute songs?" We're just constantly thinking of different things, or maybe we can learn how to play piano. So album 11 can be just piano songs. It's just, if it sounds all right, we're going to put it out and see what happens.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So are you say sort of that every month's going to kind of have or every release is going to have a slight theme variation. So have you written songs, or have you got songs in the pipeline, as you say, that might be used sort of 3 or 4 months down the line, or is the sort of the bulk of 1 month written within that month?
All written within the month, really.
Oh, really?
We've got so there's maybe a few kind of little ideas which are there already for other things, but it's literally just kind of 10 seconds worth of, it's an intro to a song, or it's a chorus or something like that, which we'll probably do something with. Sure. But this next one that's coming out, we've spent maybe 2 weeks on that, did we? Because it's ready to come out now, isn't it? So it's but we've got to wait till March 1st now. But it's there and ready.
You're ahead of yourself.
We are, yeah.
We are, and we're already discussing what's going to be on. Don't know if it'll be April's one, which we've already got the album cover for as well, haven't we? I think
we got the album cover. Yeah,
and a theme. We know what it's going to be like. We just got to kind of get those ideas down, but generally it's going to be 2 or 3 chords per song probably, so that's going to be any combination of 3 chords will do.
That's all.
I think when we started the idea in January, it was based on the fact that we had about 120 ideas, I think it was in total, from Fuzzfelt songs that never got used, and so we thought, we can use them, but actually we've not touched them, have we?
Not really. No, I mean, there was a couple maybe in the first. There was maybe a couple between the first 2 albums, but they were ones that were kind of between all of us were not necessarily suitable for the band. I think for Fuzz and the Felts. So we thought we'd kind of develop them for ourselves then. But the next one that's coming out, we've written that all within the last couple of weeks. So it's that's going to be a brand new one. Just like the one after that's going to be a brand new one. So
you put it all together, haven't you? And we've both been listening to it today, going, "This is really catchy. This one. This is really catchy."
Yeah,
it's quite a fun one. Yeah, and the next one we're thinking is going to be a bit in your face, punk, just noise.
That's
try and make it noisy, angry. Yeah.
It's definitely
the sun's going to start coming out, so we've got to get angry.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's never been a better time to have loud, angry punk music, and there's never been a time that it's been more needed. So you're doing whatever Lord's out there. You're doing the Lord's work. But you mentioned that it started off with tracks from Fuzz and the Felts that you didn't think would be suitable for the band. What about the other way around? Are there any sort of tracks that you're writing as part of Das Kapitans that you think whenever touring and playing live will be a thing that you might bring back over to Fuzz?
There's probably a few there that we'd like to do, I would have thought. And but the problem with the Fuzz and the Felts stuff, we really like everybody to be involved with that. We want everybody to have a say in the music. And me, on my personal opinion, I like to have things jammed out and kind of create things at rehearsals with the band. These things, often if we write songs separately, it ends up sounding like Fuzz and the Felts doing a song that was written by me, or Fuzz and the Felts doing songs written by Simon. Whereas I personally prefer it all to be kind of sounding like it's us rather than us doing them.
I think being in a band where you've got one songwriter, it's not the same as if you've got four of you there. We know all four of us are creative and can write different parts. So just one of us write a song and say, right, we're playing this, wouldn't be the same. So no, we're looking forward to getting back together. Actually, with I mean, if we can get back together with Fuzz and the Felts this year, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous because we got the rest of these albums to do, and then do that as well, and have a real life as well.
No pressure. But I mean, speaking of real life and things that we all like to do, particularly at the moment, and that is consume a lot of pop culture. And here at UDS, we don't just talk about music; we talk about the breadth of pop culture. We talk about movies, video games, TV show, books, everything that we find interesting. We tend to have a chinwag about it. So, with that in mind, if you could have a track, or perhaps even write a track as part of Das Kapitans for anything at all, what would it be?
I often think that I should be writing songs for children's TV programs because I come out with some absolutely ridiculous stuff sometimes that no adult is going to want to listen to. Irritating little melodies, stupid lyrics that 4-year-olds would go mad for. But,
like Big Fat
and I send them over. Big Fat. That was actually Steve's Big Fat Poo.
That's a personal favourite of mine. I've been on the cycle machine listening to that go about 10 miles an hour faster.
They were just. I just wrote that song and I was literally just thinking, right, what kind of melody can I have? I just sang those words over the top of them as a melody and sent them over and said, yeah, that'll do. That's good.
I sent him a text saying, right, I'm gonna write some new words for that, Steve, I think. And he's like, no. Leave it. Big Fat Poo.
That's BFP. You don't touch BFP. Oh my god.
My favourite line is that the poo is in your face. Yeah.
The psychopathic poo.
Makes you think, doesn't it? There's a metaphor in there somewhere. I'm not sure quite where, but there is.
No. I shouldn't think too hard about
it. No. But kids TV, I like that is. I mean, to write stuff that's catchy enough for kids, like I think that there is an art in that. So yeah, I mean, I remember some of the theme songs from back when I was a kid, and you still hum them. Like you put on any of the old ones, they're still as catchy as ever. So there is definitely an art to that. So I can dig it. What about you, Steve?
I like all that kind of thing. Following on from that, there's bands like from back in the day, Mouldy Peaches, for example. I had Kimya Dawson, who was one of the main singers, and there's two of them in there. And she did a couple of albums of just kids songs. And the Mouldy Peaches songs some of those are as controversial as you can get them. They're all about drug abuse and things like that. But her kids' songs, they're fantastic. They're just so simple and just quirky, and that's great. I love that kind of thing. It's brilliant.
I mean, maybe that's an album a month. Kids TV show games. There you go.
Yeah, you've just given us an idea there.
Oh, you can have that one for free. You can also have
game show music. That would be good. Blockbusters like that.
Catchphrase and things like that. There's like the creative juices going in this call is unfathomable. I mean, if that council call from the other day could have had this, then they would have all got along. But anyway. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you guys, and I really hope that we can catch up at some point later down the project to see how it's all going. But in the meantime, I have to ask you the traditional question that we often end our interviews with, and that is, we are Upside Down Shark. And don't ask me why we're Upside Down Shark. It is a name we thought up many years ago, and frankly, like the shark, we're in way too deep to change it now. But with that in mind, what are your guys' favourite sharks? And they could be real, they could be fictional, they could be from a kids' TV show, or they could be from nature. But what would you say your favourite sharks are?
For me, it's got to be Sharky and George. There's literally no other. Yeah, there's none other. Well, the actual shark was modelled on the Sharky and George shark. So, I think.
There you
So I
go.
heard.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
I'm there with a million. The 4-year-old Baby Shark has really changed my life, to be honest.
For better or
How
worse.
that song and that melody did not exist until 2 years ago. I don't know how.
It's changed the world. Whether for better or worse, no one will ever be able to say, but it's definitely changed the world.
What is that melody? Ah. We can use that.
There you go.
go.
There you go.
It's ours now.
Hard rock punk cover of Baby Shark. There you go. That's another one. Another one out of the 144. But guys,
Only 100 left.
No pressure. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you guys. The last real question I have to ask you is, until people can see you at a show with Fuzz, with Das Kapitans, or whoever else, where can people find you guys online?
Wow, where do we start? Yeah, I mean, we've got a link tree. Have you heard of that? It's amazing. It's a link tree account. And you put everything in there, and you just give them that. So Das Kapitans on Linktree. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Das Kapitans it up.
Yeah, Das Kapitans band on Instagram, isn't it? And then the link tree and everything's on that. So
that's complicated.
Yeah, I know.
Why's that?
Das Kapitans was taken by me, from my previous. I had it already.
Amazing. I tell you what, I'll take all the hard work out.
I couldn't work out how to take it over. I've lost the password, so I started a new one.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. I tell you what, I'll take the hard work out for everyone, and I'll put the link tree in the description below so everyone can find it. There you go. That's the easy thing. That's the easy thing. Now, this is the bit where I would normally say thank you for everyone watching. Go and listen to whatever the new release is. But frankly, by the time this comes out, there may very well be a new release that I don't know the title of yet. So just go to the link below, find out what everything Das Kapitans has got going on this year, and thanks, guys. Hopefully we'll see you down the line. And if you do want to name a song Upside Down Shark, I'm not going to hate you for it.
We're going to do it.
Challenge.
Oh,
It'll have nothing to do with Upside Down or Shark, but you'll probably talk about poo again. But
then that fits the bill perfectly. Thank you so much.
Tell me drugs and tea that I will be a man from Festa.